What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. Wow, what the fuck?
What's up? It's your boy. Can't tell you do shit. Hey man, we are let the team turn. Motherfucker, they stay hooding outside. Big crib in it. Gang show hooding outside shit, man. Free Palestine, free Congo, Russia do your thing, and Texas stand the fuck up. Each day is new ready to be a better version of yourself. Never let somebody bring you down, always fight back. Never let somebody tell who you are, but also never put yourself in a position of alone. Stay humble, let's go to revolution on the move. Keep Yahweh first. Can't choose a black, keep an Israelite as a real Jew. We out here. Alright. Boom. Today, motherfucker, today, show hooding outside. Big crib in the gang, show hooding outside shit, man. Alright, gang. So, y'all know how the internet space is, man. We got a few people that podcast that, you know, when you hear about them, you listen to them, you know what I'm saying, every now and then. So we got the Breakfast Club. Y'all know that's like an OG platform that a lot of people listen to, or they give out information about the news trip, about what's going on, like outside, you know what I'm saying, like when some shit happens, they give it out. So Jess Hilarious, you know, she got on after Angelique. So surprisingly, Jess Hilarious is getting, I don't know if they're getting replaced or fired, I don't know. We just trying to figure out what's really happening. Is it real? What's really happening in this situation? You know what I'm saying? She supposedly brought in her best friend, and her best friend is taking over her job that she had because she was pregnant. But people being around said they didn't really like her in the first place. So we got the video. Let's get into it. Shout out to Forgotten Kings 2.0. So did Jess Hilarious get fired from the Breakfast Club?
I would be less than the man I am if I really rubbed it in. But I remember one time when her and mild ass Donnell Rawlins was talking shit about me, and she said, "What he got? Oh, he got that 5150 show. That's all he got." Yeah. But what you got now?
Whoa.
Yo, what's up? This bruh man from the fifth floor, and you tuned in to Forgotten Kings TV. Yeah. Well, this is what happened at the Breakfast Club. She took that job. She got that job because I think she had a social media presence. I can't imagine why else.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
So she got that job, and I always said she wasn't talented. She got the job and got knocked up shortly afterwards. And the worst thing in the world happened. They brought in somebody who was talented.
Who they bring in?
Homegirl from, she used to be on TMZ.
Yeah. She has experience with doing that. When she talks, her voice, I don't know her name.
Yeah.
The girl is Lauren. That girl.
I had a video about Lauren. I'm trying to find it.
She knows how to fit in with Charlemagne and the other guy, DJ Envy. It's like it's seamless when she there.
Right.
It's the talent. The talent shows out, and then Les Hilarious ain't even reading right. I'm like, and now she had a job where all she had to do was deliver the news. She had a segment on the Breakfast Club. The other girl who has experience and talent at this job took her segment.
Right.
Not because she tried to. It's just you saw somebody who's talented. And then you see, read that, Les Hilarious.
And she stood in for her when she took off maternity leave.
When she stood in for Les Hilarious, you should have had your baby on camera at the Breakfast Club.
He's so stupid.
Because they brought in somebody who was talented.
She sound like Mush Mouth.
And you can say I'm dissing, because that's what you gonna do. You gonna act like I'm hating. I'm not hating. You don't got the it. Your segment could have been good if you knew how to deliver it right. But now they got somebody doing your segment better than you, and it's
had a whole video back
It's effortless. And the girl tried to be your friend, and everybody could see you ain't trying to be her friend. So I want to say to old girl Lauren, I hope that you get the job, and I hope Les Hilarious has to open up an OnlyFans with that bionic ass body that she bought through robbing the people, perpetrating talent. Cause I want to see you doing bad, because I ain't gonna even lie.
I fought for that segment. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? While her fans and her people and the Breakfast Club people and the people in the comments, man, I'm not ready to sit up here and act like I don't see that shit. They all crazy. One thing I ain't never tried to do is act unbothered unless shit never bothered me, man. What? You try coming back to work. You try to come back to work, and the mother is right there at your desk, and ain't nobody telling you shit, mind you. Nobody telling you nothing, mind you. It's the crazy thing. This is another crazy thing. We supposed to be a team up that bitch. Not one person comes to my defense at all. Like when I'm not one mother ever.
Yes.
With this online shit. Like, why should we have to keep playing it? Man, listen, I know one thing. Angela Yee ain't that mother crazy. Not as crazy as this try to make her out to be. Nah, it's the reason that lady wanted to leave that show. I don't know how she did that shit for 13 years, man. I'm telling you. I don't give a f***. Y'all already know what's up with me. I feel played with. I'm gonna play with niggas. Like, that's just like, come on. I've been quiet a lot. If Jess Hilarious is quiet, it's a motherfucking reason. I always got my mouth open. All the time. Whether it's something y'all want to hear or it's something that y'all ain't gonna want to hear. I ain't got time. Didn't go live to talk about that retired ass. Who still think he not retired. You ain't doing nothing. And honestly, if he didn't hate me so much, I would actually agree with some shit that he was saying. I would. The girl is great at what she do. Lauren with the latest is flawless. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Listen, everything that's being said is what I said years and years ago. I just hope that Charlemagne and them don't get accused of something. Because you remember when Angela Yee left, she said she was being harassed up there and shit like that. She didn't leave. You know, when I'm going to keep it real. When these women be leaving, they leave with a fury.
Of course they do.
The court hustle.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, I hope them brothers ain't got no drama like that coming their way. If they get rid of her, they might still keep her if she
has a contract.
But the way she talking now.
Yeah, but
they can.
She talking greasy now. All I'm saying is this: I would be less than the man I am if I really rubbed it in. But I remember one time when her and mild ass Donnell Rawlins was talking shit about me, and she said, "What he got? Oh, he got that 5150 show. That's all he got." Yeah. But what you got now? I'm my own boss. I live my life according to Corey, and I'm actually happy with it. There's things out here that I wish I was doing, but I'm not walking around talking about, man, I missed out on so much. Homie, I'm right there in the mix. It be mainly bitches talking about what Corey Corey ain't got.
Right.
Men, we respect hustle. You know what I'm saying? And my piss money. You get what I'm saying?
Straight up, yeah.
But a bitch would be like, he got a Ford Fusion. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, you know, I'm my own man and I feel good. Ain't no motherfucker show up at the 5150 show in my seat and I don't know what's going on.
That's a fact.
And Darlene them be like, oh, he a producer. This is my world. Learn how to get in your world. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to get all that money. I bet you didn't buy nothing to help your hair grow. You bought a lot of stuff to hide your hair. He was opening for me. Them OGs be opening for me now.
Yeah, that sound.
I ain't never seen a show where you wasn't the first comic. I ain't never seen a show where you wasn't the first. When there's a whole bunch of comics on the show, you always first. And the reason you first, they try to get the bullshit out the way. Even though you world renowned, right? You went up Shaq house telling all his business.
Oh my God, that's right. I was going to talk.
Am I right though?
Oh my God, that was horrible. I was going to talk about that last.
Shaq business?
She was up Shaq house and talk about what the Shaq got going on in his house.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is Shaq helping people, but then Les and Larry's go to his house and talk about the shit in his house.
Yeah, I ain't got shit to do with you, bitch. Eat the food and chill out.
Eat the food and leave. That's what you there for if you don't know. Shaq a nice guy. Shaq probably be like, hey, you wanna watch TV? That shit, bitch. Now Shaq ain't got to say nothing. You go to Shaq house now, if the Breakfast Club over for you, you got to fuck.
Y'all, that was Corey Holcomb reacting to Jess Hilarious going off on Charlemagne the God and DJ Envy earlier this evening. As you've seen in the clips, Jess Hilarious, she seemed like she done with the Breakfast Club, okay? As we all know, Jess Hilarious, she was brought on post Angela Yee, right? At some point, they brought several people on, and eventually they gave the opportunity to Jess Hilarious, right? The next thing you know, she gets pregnant, has a child, right? Real life shit. You get what I mean? She takes some time away and, you know, forces the Breakfast Club to have to create an alternative, right? So they bring on another young lady, right? Lauren Rosa. And now there's this perception that there's a beef between Jess and Lauren, right? Now that she's returned. And according to her, now they talking about, you know, bringing her on full time, along with Jess, Envy, and Charlemagne.
If it's not working,
now,
you know what I'm saying? They got somebody else. You can't pick,
according to Jess, when she feels like she has to fight for a position she already earned. You get what I mean? And now Charlemagne and Envy, they want Jess to kind of lean into the perception. You know what I mean? For the sake of views and, you know what I mean, for ratings. And I understand, right? Once upon a time, this opportunity, once presented to Jess, you know, it's a great look. But things are changing. You get what I mean? Especially in this landscape of media. Once upon a time, Breakfast Club was one of the hottest platforms out, right? But now, as you can see, you know, they on a decline. And right now, Breakfast Club, just like many other platforms, you know, they fighting to stay relevant. You know, you're wondering why you're seeing Kai Cenat and all these other streamers at all these other platforms that's been around for a decade plus. You know, that's done with the intent to, you know, in hopes to bring the younger demographic on for another 5 to 10 years. You get what I mean? And all of this is done with the intent to try to stay relevant. You know what I mean? To stay around because, truth be told, it's a new day in media. And no one knows what's the next biggest thing. You get what I mean? Everyone is now moving to the space of just being independent. And this is why you got Corey Holcomb saying, look, you clown me in my show. You know what I mean? You made it seem like I had a little show, but now as you can see, you know, there's power in independence. You get what I mean? Now, you know, I don't have to worry about coming to work and I'm being replaced. You get what I mean? And I get it. Her and Corey, they've been going back and forth for years, but there's some truth to what Corey is saying. Of course, when he's not sending shots, but to me, when he talks about having his own show, I mean, come on. You know, now you see, this is a time where you have to bank on yourself. You know what I mean? When you got other entities like Breakfast Club, BET, Complex, you know, giving personalities opportunities, you know, they hoping that it keeps the lights on. You know what I mean? It increased the audience. But when it doesn't, then, you know, now they're forced to have to go in a different direction. And again, as you can see, Jess Hilarious, man, it seems as if her time with the Breakfast Club is up. But again, y'all let me know, man. What are your thoughts on Corey Holcomb and his reaction to Jess Hilarious going off on Charlemagne?
It's one of them moments where, you know,
again,
and
do
then
you agree with some of the points Corey Holcomb made in his take? And also, do you think Jess Hilarious is wrong for putting Charlemagne and DJ Envy on blast? Again, let me know your thoughts on everything in the comment section below. But again, that's all I got for y'all today. My name is Sensei.
You coming up, you're
Until
talking
next
shit,
time.
man. I'm coming up.
Peace.
But, hey, shooting reverse.
Salute world. I need y'all to do.
Shout out to Never Gave Up. This is Jess Hilarious, you know, kind of responding to the whole situation.
Shorty is like that. Yeah. That's why I picked her to fill in for me for maternity leave. This woman every day. Every day. I don't have no reason to fucking hate on that girl. I don't. No, I didn't like her when I came back because I'm like, all right, what's going on? What's going on? She knew it. We had a conversation. Because the anger was misplaced. Nah, it ain't even you that I don't like. I'm realizing this is the way these niggas is doing shit up here that I don't like. Okay. Got it. Now, it's her segment. I went to the person who does the intros, the sounds. Went to Taylor. Yo, Taylor, make Lauren her intro. Take Jess with the mess, all that shit. She says, things can't just change like that. Why the fuck not? Why not? Y'all changing everything else, and I'm the only one that don't know. My goofy ass don't know nothing. I'm just coming to work every day, just zippity-doo-dah-day. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, take my name out that shit. Jess with the Mess is not at Breakfast Club. I'm Jess Hilarious up here. Fuck, I'm Jessica Moore up here. Jess with the Mess is not being done. Lauren Rosa is doing the shit. So that need to be her segment. I fought for that segment. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? While her fans and her people is and the Breakfast Club people and you know, the people in the comments, man, I'm not ready to sit up here and act like I don't see that shit. Are y'all crazy? One thing I ain't never try to do is act unbothered unless shit never bothered me. Man, what? You try coming back to work. You try to come back to work. And the motherfucker is right there at your desk. And ain't nobody telling you shit, mind you. Nobody telling you nothing, mind you. Before you know it, everybody thinking you're the villain. Like, I'm the villain. Because I didn't know shit. I'm sick of that. I'm very, very sick of that. I'm sick of this shit. It's weird. It's weird. I don't fuck with it. Just be quiet up there. I'm not fighting over no mic space. I'm not fighting over no mic. That's why I went from shut up and hush to not saying nothing. Oh, no. I'm not gonna compete where I already won this competition. I didn't know it was supposed to be 4. If this was,
when you in the competition, but when you doing a job, you know you got at least perform a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know, prior
just
higher,
go and chill.
Then I wouldn't have been so shocked. Like, oh shit, all right, cool. So when we bringing in the 4th person, shit, that's what's up, cool.
Because I always say it's faith without
it's
work,
only
you
time
get nothing. You know what I'm saying?
For that segment. You know what I'm saying? We had a meeting today to restructure the show and shit like that. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. That went crazy too. Listen. It's a lot of shit. It's a lot of things that I deal with. I ain't expecting not one motherfucker to feel sorry for me because that's not what I'm looking for. I don't care. And I haven't said a motherfucking thing. At all. At all. I haven't said anything. This is the crazy thing, yo. I'm gonna let y'all know this. The craziest shit is, right? I wanted Breakfast Club so bad. I wanted it. I grew up on the show. the fuck? Like, what? Hall of Fame show? What are we talking about? Syndicated radio? This ain't my first time doing radio, but I'm just saying, like, this is the biggest fucking show culturally. You know what I'm saying? I was eating that shit up the whole year I co-hosted, eating that shit up until I had to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a baby. In this industry, what I'm doing ain't no right time to have a baby, so you have them when you have them. I don't regret when I got pregnant. I don't. I got pregnant on fucking purpose. That's what I wanted, a baby, and that's what I got. You know what I'm saying? But I wanted Breakfast Club. You feel me? I'm gonna say this. I don't fucking need to be there. I wanted to be there. I loved being there. That was my shit. You get what I'm saying? Like, that was my shit. I used to be happy as a motherfucker on the radio. Yeah, definitely. I'm not intimidated by no woman walking on this earth. I give a crown to that girl. If you listen to the show, you know. Nigga talking about she tried to be my friend. Excuse me? Ain't nobody trying to be no motherfucking friends. What are we talking about? We just naturally, organically became cool. Once I realized what the fuck was going on, like I said, my anger was misplaced. No, I did not like her when I first came back. I didn't. Even down to how I was supposed to return. Like, we had a whole plan on how I was supposed to come back. When I walk in the room, she never left. First thing she said is not, how your baby doing? No, that was Envy, because he's the family man, right? How was maternity leave? No, that's not the first. The first thing that she talks about is the shit that was in the comments. What the fuck would make me want to talk about the fucking comments first? I got a beautiful baby at home. Why? You know what I'm saying? So no, I did not like her when I first came back. I had to learn that Lauren was not a spiteful person. Like, I'm like, I don't like the way you moving. I don't like,
You thought she was
ain't
coming in
feeling
and
this
take
shit.
your job.
We had a whole nother plan. I don't know what the fuck what that was in there, but that shit wasn't it. I ain't like that. We've made cool since then. That's it. Right? I compliment this girl every fucking day. Every day. And it ain't forced. She's a beautiful girl. She knows her shit and she on her shit. And that segment came from me. Like, let's not even sit here and fucking play around with it. Like, it's the crazy thing. This is another crazy thing. We supposed to be a team up that bitch. Not one person comes to my defense at all. Like, when I'm not one motherfucker ever.
So look, they got your ass to the ocean though.
Like, why the fuck should we have to keep playing it? Man, listen, I know one thing. Angela, you ain't that motherfucking crazy. Not as crazy as niggas try to make out. It's the reason that lady wanted to leave that show. I don't know how she did that shit for 13 years, my nigga. I'm telling you. I don't give a fuck. Y'all already know what's up with me. I feel played with. I'm gonna play with niggas. Like, that's just like, come on. I've been quiet a lot. If Jess Hilarious is quiet, it's a motherfucking reason. I always got my motherfucking mouth open. All the time. Whether it's something y'all want to hear or it's something that y'all ain't gonna want to hear. I ain't got time. Didn't go live to talk about that retired ass nigga. Who still think he not retired. Nigga, you ain't doing nothing. And honestly, if he didn't hate me so much, I would actually agree with some shit that he was saying. I would. The girl is great at what she do. Lauren with the latest is flawless. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. She got that. fought for that. The fuck is we talking about? I don't know how long it's gonna take for a motherfucker to confirm that. But yeah, it's like that. I started saying shit on air. Like I said, I don't know if y'all really listen to, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all really listen to that shit 6 a.m. or wherever. Yeah. I advocated for that. Get that shit to her. Get that segment to her, man. That girl do what she do, and she do it great. She was doing it great at TMZ. She doing it great at the Breakfast Club.
So you gotta been ready then.
I also been said that she did great during the co-hosting year too. Said that. Along with Claudia Jordan and Jason Lee. I also said that. Okay? Stop trying to make me out to be the villain. Or like I'm the fucking hater or something. I ain't never gonna hate on no fucking woman. Ever. No. Now listen. I may not say everything that y'all, I may offend women here and there. I offend men here and there. I offend others here and there, Okay. Y'all ain't gonna agree with everything I say and do, but I am never going to hate on a woman, especially if she got it going on. Yeah, I'm not. And Lauren Rosa got it going on. She did. You know what I'm saying? I tell her that. Ask her. I don't know if she'll say it online. She thanks me on air, but she don't thank me online. I don't, you know what I'm saying? And I guess, shit a little different, online. But if niggas is a team, if we supposed to be a team, how about y'all clear some of this shit up for y'all teammate? That shit is ran like a high school. Yeah. It's ran like a high school. It is. Fair East Side High. Fair East Side High. Before Mr. Clark, though. Like when he first got there. Y'all want a bitch to keep her cool. Look, check this out, y'all. Look, man. I get up every fucking day. Every day. And they always talk about, you ain't at work. Yeah, bitch, I started picking up more shows. Hell no. That's how I'm getting. Hell no. I have more fun outside the fucking studio than I have in there now. Is you crazy?
I'm glad the live cut off because I don't know what I'm hearing. This seemed like a live.
Alright, so this is the girl who they trying to say that I guess stole Jess' job.
Personal and near and dear in the headlines. So we are going to get right on into some things. I know if you guys are listening to this, you're like, oh wow, I'm so excited for her. I've been watching her. Or you're tuned in because you recently just, began to learn to hate me or whatever the case may be because you think I stole Jess's job. So we are going to talk about it right here, right now. I want to start this off by saying for everybody that, reached out and called me or text me, I made a lot of new support system and community through via people DMing me on. I wasn't reaching out to break the story. I wasn't detailing the story. I wasn't regurgitating a story. I was the story. And I thought when I left TMZ and I came over to the Breakfast Club and I said and I announced live on air that I left TMZ. You guys remember that? If not, here's the clip.
Let's get right into your story. So you were formerly of TMZ.
I was there for a little over 7 years, and recently decided, I got some skin in this, have learned a few things, and recently decided that, it was just time for me to leave. Mm-hmm. I think, I have a company called Brown Girl Grinding. It's a broadcast media and production company. We have clients on the marketing side. We are in the show development space. But more importantly for me, my next goal on my list is I want a show. I want people to learn me and get to know me and, my opinions.
She look good.
I was working on that with TMZ, but I started feeling like if I do this here, when I leave, I can't take it. They're not going to let me own it. It wasn't structured the way that I wanted it to be and how I felt like I needed it to be for me to really just grow as a brand and as a company. So I had a conversation internally, and from that conversation, I just decided that if right now, I don't take this leap of faith on myself and launch Brown Girl Grinding with Lauren Rosa, the podcast, which will be dropping next week, I'm always be sitting here and trying to figure out what would have happened if I did it. I thought that was like, okay, here's what it feels like to be the news, to be the headline, right? And that came and went. That was like a drop in the bucket. I had no idea. Fast forward almost, a little bit over a year later, we're at the Breakfast Club, we're doing our thing, and as you guys saw live on air, there's some bumps in the road. We were figuring it out live and in real time. And even during that time, one of the things that I'm so grateful for is just my spiritual journey. I'm really grateful for my church. Shout out to Seeds of Greatness 302 in Delaware. You guys can watch them online if you're not in Delaware. Pastor Jerome Lewis, and most importantly, his son, Jerome Lewis Jr., and Jerome Lewis Jr.'s wife, Nettie. Those two together have been, and they're going to listen to this and probably be like, oh my God. They're like unofficial spiritual mentors to me, and I'm really grateful for them because, like, without them, like, just on some, like, oh yeah, I was talking to Wendy Williams. I was like, wait, what? You were what? And he was like, oh, I was talking to Wendy, and I'm like, can we talk about this on the show? He's like, yeah, like, I mean, but you think we should? I was like, are you crazy? Do you know how long the world has been waiting for Charlemagne and Wendy Williams to be in conversation of any sort? Like, we've heard so much of your story and how Wendy's connected you and blah, blah, blah. Like, what do you mean? Hell yeah, we should talk about this. Like, little moments like that. Like, I don't think people, and him getting on air and Jess, Envy, and Charlemagne having that conversation and being able to be like, I'm sitting from the studio and I'm watching, I'm like, man, this is going to go crazy. And you know what I mean? And I remember, like, even in that moment, knowing that was going to go, and it did. That was when he talked about, how ready Wendy was. And I'm like, man, that's going to go. And it did. It was everywhere. All the blogs picked it up. There's been so many moments like that, whether I was in the room on camera or I was, behind the scenes producing, where my job entailed me making conversation. And when I created my production company, Brown Girl Grinding, when I decided to leave TMZ, it was a big, that was my, like, focus. It was like, okay, I want to create conversation that matters, but that really shakes the room, for real. So when I got on the other side of that, and now the conversation that's shaking the room is about me following Jess going live on Instagram, I was like, oh, shit. This is
crazy. Jess was saying that she had this much job experience. She should have known that some shit was up.
Like, what's happening right now? Wait, what? And I just knew it was something because people just kept sending me live. I'm like, okay, either she's on there because, like, behind the scenes, I knew that, like, things weren't perfect. I knew she wasn't the most happiest person, but I think in my role, I can only speak for myself. I was trying to do as much as I could to make sure that things worked out well enough where she could at least show up and do her job comfortably. Like, that was my job. And it wasn't about me as talent at that point. It was like, okay, me and my producer role, the show has to work. Like, this full product has to product. And how can I make that happen? So I was doing everything I could, but I think it was obvious that, she wasn't happy and she was, trying to figure things out. And I had to learn that there was nothing, again, it was so much of me learning, Lauren, that's above you. Like, that had nothing to do with me or her. I mean, a lot of it is something that, and I can't speak to her experience and I don't want to. I think she'll, we've talked about it on air. I don't know if she'll revisit this or not. But a lot of her figuring out her voice in that space is a her thing. But coming in, I wanted things to work so well that, I was just like, okay, if I gotta lean, if I gotta bend, if I gotta get off air, whatever I gotta do, it's like, okay, bet, I'm down for the team. Like, this is home team. Like, let's do it. So to see it not work out the way that I wanted it to, and then to see the big explosion on Instagram Live, I was like, all right, like, woo. And then my phone started going crazy. I mean, like, calls, text, DMs, emails from media outlets, tweets, DMs on Twitter, TikTok, wherever somebody could reach me at, they were reaching. My concierge in my building, like, everybody, like, it was crazy. Like, I've never experienced anything like that. Never in my life. All of a sudden, I was the story. I was the trending topic. We were. It was crazy as hell to me. Like, being on the other side of that, I don't even know how to describe it other than saying, like, it was crazy as hell. And the first night, I'm not gonna hold y'all. Like, we joked about the elevator thing. I was pissed.
Y'all ever heard about
I
it?
was so pissed, and I was so mad because I'm like, yo, we all in here.
I ain't be like this, but y'all ever heard about these stories?
Bullets for the team.
When
Like,
the girl get hit on camera,
wanting
she get
things
piped
to
out for the first time on camera.
and blah 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 blah.
Like
like figuring this out in real time and whatever. And none of us went live at all. And you know, and this is not. Me and Jess have talked about this, but I think my biggest point was just like, whoa, hold on. It's not us versus you. We all in this trying to figure this shit out. So I think I was a bit disappointed. I think I was mad. I was real mad. I was like, okay, this is gonna make things weird, and they've already been weird. I don't feel like nothing else being more weird. Like, it's not enough shots in the world that's gonna get us through this. The next day, still got to go to work. It's like Wednesday, so we still got 48 hours of work, you know, for the week. It was just a very weird situation, but again, it's also too, I've never been the story. So just navigating that in the world in real time, I was like, okay, like you pull up to park your car the next morning at work, and everybody's like, hey, how are you? You doing okay? It's like, ask me what you want to ask me. Dang, you walk in, the security's like, well, you know, I think you're doing a good job. Don't even worry about it. It's like, okay, say what you trying to say. It was just like even to this day, me and Jess laughed about this on Friday. We was walking out the building together, and the way security looked, they were like, oh, shit, they walking out together? I was like, yo, Jess, everywhere we go, people looking like, she was like, yeah, they looking at us like, okay, y'all all right? Y'all good? And it's as crazy as this is going to seem. When I came into this, I remember feeling like, all right, it's us against the world, because you've never seen this. You've never seen two black women on a mainstream platform that picks up across so many different, you know what I mean? I mean, Fox, Shade Room, CNN, TMZ, Hollywood Unlocked. But in you never seeing it, it's like, number one, we don't really have like a guide. We're figuring it out. But number two, so many people are gonna like want to put their hand in it, stir it up. The noise is gonna come, and I was always like, all right, fuck all the outside shit. Like, it's us. Like, forget everything outside. It is us. And I think like our program director, her name is Thea Mitchell. One of the things she always says to me is like, and I had to learn it, because y'all know I come from TMZ. I come from like instant, like this working. It's not. What's the story? What's the headline? To just let things breathe. And I think that is what this whole experience has taught me on another level, is to let things breathe, because what is supposed to happen will happen. Charlemagne always says God is the best author and finisher, or author in something. But basically, he's writing a story. He's like the puppet master. And I you know, I'm a very faith-based person. I started out talking about that. But this, it's not even about faith. This has taught me like a stillness of like, hey, I'm going to do as much as I can do, and then I'm going to just keep doing the work, and I'm going to be still, and everything is going to work out the way it's supposed to, even if it has to explode. That is what this has taught me. So now, you know, we've had our conversations. We had a really great conversation with Angie Martinez, and, you know, like, it just, I don't know, it kind of feels like like, it's not the way I would have wanted things to go at all. But, you know, I'm glad that we were able to have certain conversations. I did wish that there was more that we could have talked about, since we were putting everything out there. But even that, I got to a point where I'm like, I'm okay with, you know, what I know my intentions are in this situation and how I've treated people. And that's the biggest thing for me, is like, no matter, I don't care what you do to somebody physically, what you say to them, where you take them, what they experience with you, they're never going to forget how you made them feel. And as long as I feel good about how I made the people internally involved in the situation feel, I was like, you know what? If that's what my sis need to do to, you know what I mean, get to where she needs to be okay, to be able to figure out what that next step is, because things did change really fast. And that's a lot to deal with in front of the world. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you were thrown into it. Like that, don't get me wrong, I was pissed pissed about that. But when I sat back and looked at it, I'm like, man, like, people keep, first of all, y'all telling me I'm an industry plant. Because of this whole thing, y'all are like, oh my God, you an industry plant. Oh my God. What else they say? They said that this was all staged to promote my podcast. Y'all, do y'all think that, let me tell y'all, okay, one thing I will say, Jess is not going to crash out to promote my podcast at all. Like, she's down with all the shits. She going to come. She going to have a good time. She going to support. But the level of what we did or what we went through, because I didn't do nothing. I didn't get on that live. But the level of what we all just experienced as a unit, and me for the first time, and her for the first time, not her first time going viral, but in that space at the Breakfast Club, she wasn't going to just do that and make herself look like that just to promote a show. Like, that's not even her show. Like, when people are saying that, I'm like, are y'all, like, what's her benefit of that? Even at the Breakfast Club, there's other things that we could have done to stir up conversation around the Breakfast Club. But also, too, it's the Breakfast Club. You don't got to stir up nothing, baby. The pot is mixing. Okay, we the biggest, the baddest, the largest. Period. We didn't have to do all that. So, but when I'm hearing people say that stuff, I'm like, mama, I made it. Honey, next y'all need to start telling me y'all think I'm in the Illuminati so these checks can keep rolling in, okay? Because when y'all tell people they're in the Illuminati, they rich, all right? No, none of this was staged. None of this was to promote the show. This was real. In real time, you saw someone have some feelings and express them the best way that she knew how to do. That was a real thing. But in moving forward, like, we dropped the Boy Is Mine remake. We called it The Job Is Mine. And I think I was nervous about not doing the video because, like, we had a good time and I was with all the shits. I keep cussing. I don't know if I should keep cussing like that because I'm trying to get sponsors. And I was with all the stuff. But I was just like, dang, are people going to feel, like, worn out by the moment now? Because it was everywhere, y'all. I mean, MSNBC, Page 6, TMZ the only one who didn't touch it. Hey, TMZ, it's okay. Y'all can do stories that center around me. I'm not a disgruntled ex-employee. I actually speak very highly of my time there. Hi, Harvey. Hi, Charles. Hello. Nice to meet you guys again. I'm Lauren Rosa, senior news producer at the Breakfast Club, the host of the latest with Lauren Rosa podcast. Okay. Anyway, that was a little shade because that has been bugging me too. But we'll talk about that in another episode. Dang, I gotta write this up because I got other stuff to talk about. But moving forward, we did The Boy Is Mine remake. We called it The Job Is Mine. Jess wrote the lyrics to it. We recorded it. The whole team jumped in. At first, it was just me and Jess, like, all right, we're going to do this, blah, blah. We're going to do it this way. But we was looking at the video. We were trying to figure out, like, different scenes. And then when the rest of the producers at the Breakfast Club saw us doing it, they all hopped in. So now you got people giving us, y'all should do this scene. We should shoot this angle. It worked out so well and so seamlessly because I think, again, going back to originally what I was telling you guys that I learned from this is just to let things breathe and to be still in things and just, you know what I mean? You got to put your head down, do your work and do your thing the best way you know how to do. When we did that, like, so we're in there making this video, I'm doing what I know how to do, which is like be Lauren, be cute, you know what I mean? We laughing, we joking. Jess is doing what she know how to do, which is be Jess with the mess, the sketches, and you know what I mean? She rewrites the lyrics. She's like, okay, Nolo, come back in and say this and blah, blah. And it just worked so well and it felt so good. Like, Friday, shooting that video, I was like, dang, are people gonna be like, okay, y'all dragging it now? But once it got finished and we watched it, and then we premiered it on the radio during Nyla's segment, and just to see like how it was received, and it just felt good. It felt like, okay, like, you have an argument with your sibling or like your mom, your dad, whoever, or your boyfriend, your girlfriend, whoever your partner is, however you identify, whatever you do, and then y'all get through it, and it's like, okay, I'm glad we might have needed that because that communication needed to happen. It felt good. It felt like, okay, we are through it. It happened. It taught me a lot about being the actual story and how to handle that and, you know what I mean, what to do, what not to do. Making sure my pictures is fly as I don't know what on the gram or wherever else because all the photos the media outlets were grabbing of me, baby, I was T, okay? I was giving it up. It looking good, all right? But, yeah, it felt good to just finally be moved on and be in a really good space. And I think that people received it well because they could feel that genuinely we both were like, it's not a competition. Like, you do what you do, I do what I do, and we're here. Granted, again, it's 4 people for the first time figuring this out together. This is my first time ever working with any of these people. We might rub heads again, you know what I mean, bump heads again, but we are in a space now where we will figure it out. And when I said this on the show, I meant this. Like, when I said, you know, I'm here, I'm not going anywhere, we're going to figure this out, I meant that. Like, when I am dedicated to something, it's all or nothing. It's 200% or not at all. So we're going to figure it out. But I did want to take the time to just, you know, come on here and, number one, just, you know, talk through that and just let you guys know that experience was crazy as hell. So if I haven't texted you back since that, if you called or text me or whatever, however you try to reach out to me to figure out how I was doing, if I was okay,
she be talking about
I
like
was
she got done
fine.
with the porno.
But baby, I was, for the first time ever, overwhelmed with people. Literally, I'm still right now, like, getting on social media for me right now is still kind of crazy because instead of me being able to filter through stuff and look at stories, people talking about me. And I'm like, that's not even true. What you talking about? But I can't. It's like, why would I say something? Y'all think I'm an industry plant? Baby, plant me. Plant me in multiple industries. I'm trying to act, modeling. Can y'all plant me where the brands, where the money is at for all of the beauty stuff? Because I want to do some campaigns. Get me lit, okay? Period. So I did just want to talk about that for a second before we went over to the next topic, because I was a big trending topic. It happened. Yeah. And now we're here. So make sure you go check out our video. The Job Is Mine. You can see it on the Breakfast Club's YouTube channel. It's on my YouTube channel. It's on my Instagram, my TikTok. I'm Lauren the Rosa everywhere. And yes, we are coexisting in the best way that we know how. We are learning every single day, and it's real. It's authentic. It's happening. And somebody said something really good the other day. Oh, it was actually Angela Yee. Angela Yee did an interview. She sat down with Fox 5 DC. And when I saw that video, my heart dropped because I'm like, oh, Lord, what did she say? Is there going to be more headlines? And then when I watched it, I was like, nah, I appreciated what she said. She said, you know, a lot of times, like, you don't get to see people learn in real time. And I think that is the advantage of bringing, like, me and Jess, who are young and, you know, like, building in our careers. Like, yes, we have accomplished things. Like, Jess is a very accomplished traveling comedian and actress and mom and now fiance. I am a very accomplished journalist and daughter and personality across many facets. Like, but we're still, there's so much more that I know we both want to do. There's so much more that I know we're both going to do in the Breakfast Club studios and outside of it. And we're figuring it out in real time. And I've always been very authentic with my audience about, like, hey, I'm figuring it out and this is what this looks like. And that's what y'all got to see. So I'm glad that y'all can see it and y'all can see us get through it. Make sure y'all go check out The Job Is Mine and listen to the song and let me know what you feel about it. But no, y'all, this was not a gimmick. This was not promo for the podcast, promo for the Breakfast Club. This is me addressing that and shutting that down. I'm debunking that story, okay? A source close to Jess, Charlemagne, Envy, and Lauren tells me that that was not set up. That was not fake. Jess went live. It was real. It happened. We're moving on. It is done. We are in a good space. And that's it. That's all. Things happen. It happened. It's done. It's a wrap. Next story. Dang, that's crazy. That was a story. It's pretty freaking insane. Okay. So next story.
I'll be back. So that's why you kind of gotta be quiet. You know what I'm saying? About when people fail. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know when somebody's time can shine. You know what I'm saying? People, you know, would like to talk shit about somebody when they doing good or they in the moment, and not realizing just because you doing good at this direct specific moment don't mean that the nigga that you talking shit about or the nigga that you know what I'm saying, fuck over, don't mean that they can't come up and have some shit while you fucked over. Then, you know what I'm saying, the roles reversed. You know what I'm saying? So that's about the situation she had with the dude. He getting mad at her because she was making fun of him. And that's what I'm saying, man. You gotta understand, man. Everybody want a position. Crip. If you got a position that somebody want and you give them niggas a chance, you gotta understand that these niggas, they'll take your spot. Just because you feel like you this and that and that and this, don't mean that you can't get your spot taken. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they fuck with the person more or the people fuck with them more, your spot can get taken. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, if you really want that job, you will try to work for it at all costs. But if it don't matter to you, you feel like you get to do something better and you losing your time, feel me? Leave that bitch because, crip, ain't no point of being in a position that you feel like you're wasting time losing money on to and it's not really helping your career. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you feel like you want to be with this position, but it's not what you dreamed of, and when you did get it, it's not really maintaining what you got because you feel like before you even got with this shit, you were doing way better. So sometimes you gotta let that, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, everyone want a position that they feel like, oh man, if I ever grew up, man, I would love to be in that position. When you get in that position, it's not what you wanted. You gotta let that shit go. You know what I'm saying? Because why be stuck in a position that you thought was right for you and it's only destroying you? When if you feel like if it's helping you, go for it. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to slap around or beat around the bush because shit, crip. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else gonna come in that bitch and say, oh yeah, this is a job I really want. I want to turn this up no matter what. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna fuck up like she did or he did. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta always remember, man, that anybody can be replaced. But at the same time, but when you built for that, and that's your main position, they can't always replace you. You know what I'm saying? But hey, the world keep on going. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they figure out what they got going on and situations, you know, and work out. You know what I'm saying? Crip. You know what I'm saying? You can't let failed opportunities and situations stop you from trying to grow. So hopefully they figure out what they got going. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot messy. You know, when you're trying to build something new. So hey, we out the bitch hood. You know what I'm saying? Big Crip gang. That's that shit.
Hey, Dad, you know, dog, when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. You know this instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.